Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the broadcast. It is the 8th grade CYOA Boys Championship, and this is the main event. I'm Danny Shannon from Nobody Cares Sports. No religion, no politics, just feel-good sports, broadcasting to you live in production with LocalLive.tv. I'll be providing the play-by-play on this game, and joining me in the broadcast booth yet again, no stranger to the broadcast booth, a rising star in color commentary, ladies and gentlemen, Coach Ray Palma.
Great to be here following the energy and the fantastic finish to the B Division game. Well, this is the A Division. I can't wait to see it. Great to be back here with you, Danny, alongside you and my buddy Elliot Wilson.
Pleasure, my friend. And also joining us once again in the booth for another premier broadcast, a rising star as well, and no stranger to the hardwood. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Coach Elliot Wilson back to the booth.
Thank you for having me, and this is the main event. This is what Staten Island has been talking about the whole week. The Juggernaut and Sacred Heart taking on the Miracle Kids from Our Lady Star of the Sea.
Oh, we got an anthem here, Danny.
All right, and we're going to pause for National Anthem. Back in 1 moment. And the national anthem is officially done and over with, and we are ready for the main event between Our Lady, Star of the Sea, and Sacred Heart. This is going to be a juggernaut battle for the ages. As Coach Elliot Wilson mentioned, this is one game that is highly anticipated. As you can tell by the camera on screen, that this gym is filled to capacity. What you can't see is the 500 raging students behind us right over our shoulders. Now, this is the scene, this is the setting. St. Joseph by the Sea High School, two premier teams, two premier powerhouses about to go on display. Now, we've talked about this game all week. We expect it to start fast, but one of the things that we expect Our Lady Star of the Sea to really have trouble with early on is the size of Sacred Heart. Ray, how do you think they handle that?
I mean, we got to be honest. Start of the season on a miracle run. I did a rough regular season. They've won 2 playoff games. The other one with the greatest finish you're ever going to see. This Sacred Heart program hasn't lost since I was skinny. This particular group of starting 5 is dominant. They haven't lost in several years to any teams. This might be the biggest David and Goliath matchup you're ever going to see. It will take every bit of Star to see to keep the game close. And like any other team, if you keep it close, good things can happen.
And we're off to start the game. Our Lady Star of the Sea controls the tempo. They're wearing blue jerseys with red stripes and numbers. And in the white jerseys, it's Sacred Heart wearing red trim and red numbers.
You got Archibald out there. Sacred Heart playing the middle of it.
And just like that off the bat, we're going to have a foul called in the paint. And it should be 2 shots, the referee signifying.
So the give and go there, it's one thing to alleviate the pressure Sacred Heart's going to bring if you're Star of the Sea is that ball movement and cutting, a great way to beat their pressure, that's for sure.
And the first basket up for Anthony Lenza is good.
Lenza was the kid who threw the pass to Rabraka on last Sunday.
And the second one also money, so it's a 2-0 lead for OLSS to start.
And OLS applying their own pressure.
As Martin can't handle the cross-court pass, and last touch will be off blue. I believe it's Sacred Heart basketball.
So, despite Sacred Heart's dominance over the years, Sacred Heart also plays in a gym the size of my kitchen. So, this could affect the massive floor, can affect them. So, we'll see how they go. Star to see in their 3-2 zone they played last game. Sacred Heart with some ball movement here.
Martin firing a 3 from the corner, comes up empty. And OLSS finds themselves in a trap in which they cannot get out of. It results in a jump ball.
Different starters. Guerrero in the starting lineup. Vincent not for Sacred Heart. Not sure what the reason is, but nonetheless a coaching decision. And Dennis Corson's going to bring it up against the 3-2. Sacred Heart with a lot of size here at Archibald and Martin and Mills. So
Ray Guerrero receives the pass. He fires a 3 and hits.
You know Sacred Heart. You know the Guerrero name. Doesn't shock me.
That's Ray Guerrero's son, and he's got about 7,000 points between his aunts, that's for sure.
Well, that was the first points on the board for Sacred Heart. They have a 3-2 lead and a turnover for Our Lady Star of the Sea. Sacred Heart retains possession. It's Corson who dribbles the ball, now passes it over to Martin across the timeline. Martin keeps his dribble, looks left now, passes it to Mills. Mills back inside to Archibald, off the glass, no. Archibald gets his own rebound, fights for it, sets it back up top. Mills firing long, off the mark, no. And underneath, the ref's going to signify that there was a foul before the shot attempt.
You know, as a staff member at 61, I can't help but look on the floor and see 5 of my kids out here and 50 of my kids behind. I get a lot of Mr. Palmers during the break here, and it's really cool to see, and such a great thing. And the lob here to Martin.
Martin with a beautiful pass entry, and he cannot finish it. Our Lady Star of the Sea will maintain possession. 5:50 to go here, opening quarter.
Will apply the red press.
Well, they're going to look and be a reversal here. Listen, if you're Star of the Sea, if you break it, you got to break it to score.
Joe Gooley turns it over here and out the other way as Martin with the left hand, good.
Like Coach E pointed out, they're going to have to be able to handle that pressure. And
Corson with a turnover now. Now it's picked up. OLSS running the other way. Joe Gooley with it. Over Martin, no. Can't come up with it. There is a foul before the shot. You got to be careful here with Sacred Heart not to get into silly foul trouble.
You got a guy like Dennis Course. Dennis Course is the best defender in this gym, man, woman, or child. That kid can really get after
Here's a 3 from the right wing, comes up empty.
And here's the evolution of Alonzo Archibald, being able to bring the ball up, facilitate offense, and get the team into the break.
I think, Archibald, with his dad being a Division I player himself, he was growing up in basketball.
Another turnover back-to-back. Corson had it, but a reach-in foul called.
Who fouled him? Well, whatever, either way.
While we have a stoppage in play here for a moment, want to give a big shout-out to our friends at Ralph's Sports Bar, 1571 Richmond Road. Make sure you check out their atmosphere today. Tremendous food, pizza ovens installed, and if you're into late-night kitchens, believe me, they are open late.
And I was there last week. The DJ was using CDs. I thought it was so cool. And then Martin again.
Martin lays up the easy basket. It is 7-2.
You're going to have to break this press. You're going to have to break the pressure.
Corson with it, fires a long 2 off the mark. OLSS is last to touch it. It'll stay white basketball, 4:24 remaining with the running clock.
The big floor can really help you break in the press if you get to the right places, but it's so much easier said than done. And Martin from the corner. Bang.
Martin from downtown.
Wow. And then he goes to the front of the press, and he runs the floor.
Now, if you're starting to see what you just did, you can do that if you stay patient, but again, if you break it, you got to score. You can't afford the cook layup.
Archibald dribbling across the timeline. Gives to Martin, who lays it off the glass and in.
It's going to be a track meet if you keep turning the ball over, Star to see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the CYO history books, but there's been, as far as dominance, there hasn't been any team like these guys ever. To my knowledge, I know there's some really good Sacred Heart teams back in the day with Timmy Highland and Andrew Cleach and those guys, but I don't know if they ever had dominance like this.
Now here's a 3, fire from the corner, off the mark for Star of the Sea. There is a group of girls behind me, and every time they scream, a part of my soul dies.
I just think they're screaming to scream. I don't think anything adds about Walkman Archibald. They're just screaming randomly, and nothing's happening on the court. I don't know. I hope they're okay.
That's
nonetheless.
It's unfortunate.
The passing here, the trap. So you got good. Got to get it out of your hands quick.
Joe Gully with it, passes it across too strong. It was intended for Evan Aramita.
You know, Star to See is trying to push the ball up the floor, but I would like to see Star to See get the ball into Nick DeGratto's hands. You know, he's their point guard. He's their guy. So
here's a steal and a beautiful one at that, laying it up and in. Nick Wabraka.
Great job by Star to See, staying in the press, not backing out of what they do just because of the size of the opponent.
And just like that, it's Archibald with it, looking to set up the offense. He gives it to Mills, who fakes a three, now passes to his left. That's Corson, who finds a lane in the paint, and a beautiful move, lays it up and in.
St. Peter's has Dennis Corson coming their way. He'll be doing that down in St. George, New Brighton, wherever that may be for the next 4 years.
Here's the three from the right elbow. No, goes over the top of the backboard, out of bounds.
And I tell you, Dennis Corson, they call him Dennis the Menace. He reminds me of a player that used to play for Ohio State, Aaron Kraft. Real tough, gritty defender.
Yeah, good one. I compared him coach to Mike Spitzo, Sr., as well as
here's Mills firing a 20-footer baseline, rims in and out. Star of the Sea comes up with the board and looks to push.
Good
down by 10.
My guy, Nick.
Here's
good
a 20-footer right wing. Oh, in and out, literally in the basket, and came back out. Other way is Martin driving right side, and he lays it in.
Yeah, he's a man amongst boys out here. There's no one that can match his abilities. It's not just the size. It's his abilities, the way to move. He knows where to step. He knows where to go right, left. I see Kareem Martin, his dad over there, and Kareem Martin Jr., and part of the contingent over there. Just a great family atmosphere here. You know, you see, like I went over there earlier, I saw a bunch of buddies that have no kids. They're just here to watch, support their friends, children. It's the kind of atmosphere you get.
It's a great atmosphere.
You don't get this anywhere else. You show me something like this happen in Manhattan, Bronx, or the Queens. Doesn't happen anywhere else.
I completely agree. A turnover here as Martin throws a behind-the-back pass. And scooped up and laid in beautifully by Ray Guerrero. And it's turning into a first-quarter highlight film for Sacred Heart.
Dennis Corson again. Dennis the Menace causing havoc.
And the Shane Gordon's going to sub in, and Vincent's going to come in now.
Excellent job, Ray.
Oh, my goodness, I'm watching the way some of these 12-year-olds are dressed, and I'm really worried about anyway. Nonetheless, ball in. My guy Nick here dribbling baseline. Good defense by Danny Mills. Cross-court passes are dangerous. Find the gap.
Nick Wabraka off the glass. No with the runner. Vincent all the way the other end. Good.
Vincent's an absolute stud. He's he came off the bench today. I'm going to tell you, that kid's going to be a starter for some high school team for the next 4 years.
It's going to make some coach very happy.
It's a 16-point deficit for Star of the Sea, looking to get seemingly any momentum on their side here for the offensive end.
That's not a foul.
Wabraka's fouled by Martin.
All right, so what we have here is a team's winning 20-4, so I'm going to call a foul against them. That's what that was. It happens all the time in every game ever in the history of the world. Here comes my guy, Dave Fernandez. Dave Fernandez with the Karate Kid headband going. This kid's the hardest working player I have ever seen, and the number one teammate.
Has it. Crossover, put a man on skates. Oh, and he almost hit the runner, gets his own board. Fires too strong. Last touch by Blue. It'll be Sacred Heart basketball. 12.4 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Here we go. Vincent's going to push. Look back to Gordon. Good kick ahead to Guerrero. Vincent again.
Has it again, driving, kind of pushes off, now gives it to Gordon, and
he did save it apparently. Dribble in, going to get it up.
1 second, throws it up, and he's short. The score at the end of the first quarter, Sacred Heart 20, Our Lady Star of the Sea 4. Want to give a big shout out to our supporters here in the first quarter. If you want to sell your house for top dollar and net 18% or more, visit Joe LeBron and the LeBron team at Real Broker in Staten Island and Brooklyn, New York. North or south, big or small, LeBron team really sells them all. A big shout out to Sepe Pizza Bar, 3 Navy Pier Court, fine dining and Italian cuisine. Make sure you check them out. They're located in the Irby Development Center in the beautiful waterfront section in North Shore, Staten Island. And of course, our friends at Hybrid House. What is Hybrid House? Well, you can find out April 18th to 20th. It's the 2022 Spring Break Mini Camp, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at St. Peter's Boys High School. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. They do all sports, not just football, basketball. It's literally to train your son or daughter to be an overall better athlete. If you'd like to learn more information, contact DFOOTBALLLC at gmail.com today. Back to the action, second quarter, 8 minutes. It's a 16-point deficit for Our Lady Star of the Sea. We'll see what adjustments they can make here in the second quarter,
The only thing you can do is find a way to score. I don't know what you can do defensively. There's not some kind of secret matchup to suddenly be able to figure it out. But you got to see those balls got to drop. Because momentum and confidence can do a lot of things, but the shots aren't falling, and nothing really Star of the Sea can do.
Yeah, Star of the Sea is taking their shots, but they're not falling. So, and it was a good play
Good execution there. My guy Nick on the drive. Tough pull-up, though, contested.
Martin with a long rebound skied his way to the atmosphere and came down with it.
Sharon Gordon, they're going to get into his zone set. They're going to go 4 along the baseline.
Gordon working to his right. Guerrero to his right, who he passes to. Now running on the baseline. Wow. And a beautiful runner goes in. Nothing but net.
Yeah, that jump shot's in his blood, that's for sure.
22-4.
Good take by Nick. All right, well.
DeGrotto running into a defender while he shot. He'll have to shoot too.
I'd like to see a little bit more of him with the ball in his hands. It looks like, Sacred Heart with their pressure is trying to take the ball away from him. The ball needs to be in his hands. He's their point guard.
I just think Sacred Heart is looking to take the ball away from anybody wearing the other team's jersey, that's for sure.
That's good coaching strategy, right?
They're just being aggressive as they can possibly be. Causton's going to come for Guerrero. At this point, Sacred Heart's just substituting kids in and out, using their whole roster. I believe they carry 9. We got 2, 4, 6, only 8. So playing the whole team, not that difficult here, working everybody in and out. It's a true team. It's a true family atmosphere over there at Sacred Heart. Tommy Causton runs a phenomenal program.
All right, both free throws are up and good. 22-6 is our score. As Shane Gordon brings it across, and it's intercepted at half court. Anthony Lenza has it, driving in the lane. He has it taken away by Mills. Long pass up to Vincent. Driving with his left hand, switches to his right, and the bucket drops.
Absolute stud. I was saying in the inbounds here. Yeah, they got him on the inbound, stepping over the line. It's not easy for It's not easy for a grown man to go through stuff like this. Starting to see with the massive crowd and the other team cooking. Hard to keep your focus. Hopefully these kids can keep their composure and keep working hard on both ends.
That's right. As now Mills has it. He gives it to Vincent, who's in the paint. He gets it back on the loose ball to Martin. Beautiful pass. Up off the glass and in. They're up by 20.
And if you notice the Sacred Heart bench, all they are is just up and rooting for their teammates relentlessly. They're a bonded unit.
Beautiful pass.
Nick DeGrotto with a good pass. That's
right. And it's Lenza who lays it in, the recipient of that time.
They are making a conscious effort to keep the ball out of the middle of the floor so it doesn't touch the lid's hands.
Vincent's in no rush. Going to work the zone.
Mills has it. Cross court pass to Martin for 3. Off the mark. Gordon gets the second chance rebound.
If you're Star of the Sea, you're going to have to live with Martin shooting threes. Not that he's not a good three-point shooter, but he'll kill you down here.
You don't want him doing that.
Well, those second and third chance opportunities will hurt any team anywhere on earth. 28-8 is our score. 5:45 to go here in the first half.
Going forward, just let Martin shoot threes. You can't let him get down there. That's just 2 points. There it comes. Oh boy,
Martin going all the way, coast to coast.
He jams it home. The CYO. Dunk.
And that is a technical foul and one that he is proud to take.
Wait, what?
What?
For what?
I don't understand.
I don't get it.
Why is there a technical foul?
I don't know. The referee implied a technical foul.
Is there a no dunking rule in CYO?
As if there was a dunk on Martin was no good.
I don't know. That's the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen, if that's
So
the case.
so the points count, right? He got the points.
The bucket went through. I don't know if you're not allowed to dunk at CYO. Is that some kind of stupid rule?
Well, there was nothing that happened after the basket that indicates a technical foul.
If this is dunking, then we have to talk to Mike Neely.
Well, it's more stupid than illegal numbers. Then we got a kid wearing 17. The kid can't dunk. That is the most ass-backwards thing I've ever heard.
I saw nothing after the basket that signified a technical foul, so it has to be the call.
I guess
Dennis the Menace.
That's beyond dumb.
Causing havoc.
Corson has it, gives it underneath now. That's Archibald just powering it off. It's a 22-point.
Why would you discourage aggression? The kid, anyway, whatever.
I'm not sure. That was just my instinct telling me that there was a tech called because of a dunk.
No, it's not your instinct. The kid shot 2 free throws, no one on the line. It was definitely a tech called.
Well, it's either that or an Our Lady Star C kid turned around and said something to the dunker after it, and but I don't.
Well,
that's not going to happen.
Well, then
the other team would have shot.
Yeah, so that had to be a tech on Martin, and that's awful. And I'm not saying now if it's the rule, then the referee's just following the rules. If it is the rule, it is the dumbest rule I've ever heard.
Tough.
There is nothing. Middle school championship game in the Staten Island division, I watched Martin go up and throw down a vicious dunk, and there was no tech there.
I'll be honest with you, it was beautiful. As I said, he got a tech, and he seemed happy about it. No complaints with him. And my man, you should never complain about ripping it down in a championship game. 32-10 is our score. Sacred Heart with the lead. 4:59 remaining, and with this stoppage of play, we want to remind you to visit our friends at Jody's Club Forest, 372 Forest Avenue, a staple in West Brighton. A family-owned restaurant, tremendous environment, even better food. Check them out today. And of course, our friends at Flagship Brewing Company, 40 Minthorn Street in St. George. Flagship Brewing Company, unforgettable beer brewed in the Forgotten Borough. Check out their tap room, 40 Minthorn Street, right near the Staten Island Ferry. Back to the action, second quarter, 4:59 to go here. Mills set to inbound, Corson set to receive.
Yeah, so we have confirmation you can't dunk in CYO. That is dumb. And I'll leave the end of the last of it. Illegal numbers, dumb. Not be able to dunk is dumb. The end. Move on. Here we go. Martin, the high post.
I would dunk it for the rest of the game.
If I had the
At
chance,
a spite,
I would.
yeah. Corson fires a deep three. Good.
Dennis the Menace.
35-10 is our score. And this is Nick DeGrata bringing it across the timeline.
Putting a no dunking rule in CYO is like putting a no vegetable rule in front of me. It can't really happen. I don't so on a rare occasion when a kid can, why would you want to stop that? My mind is still blown, sorry. 35-10, we got a timeout here, or maybe a tech for doing something else, who knows.
The whole thing doesn't make any sense.
And nobody cares.
Nobody cares. That's why we're out here broadcasting 6 basketball games all day, and we do it for you. We're working with LocalLive.tv, and a big, big shout out to everybody that supports us, including our new friends from Century Waste Services. Family owned and operated, serving New York and New Jersey for over 13 years. Ray, you talked about them earlier. Thank you so much for introducing them to our great network.
Oh, Century Waste, George Mallon, a big part of it. George Mallon now championship coach, George Mallon, with his great efforts in the previous game, the championship coach of St. Teresa's. So waste disposal needs, go to Century Waste. They'll take care of you. Great people over there. And thanks to Dave Fernandez, referee assigner, for helping us out with that sponsorship. All the sponsors, God bless all of you who get these beautiful broadcasts out for these kids.
And back to the action we go. It's Anthony Lenza who has it and is fouled prior to taking the shot.
It reminds me of growing up. I mean, we played games with Joe Nugent and John Tassiello on local, cable sports or whatever it was. But those games are gone. I don't have them. No one I know has any copies of them. There are no VHS tapes anymore, so we don't have those. The fact is, Talib Martin in 35 years can show his kids, a dunk he had in a CYO game they got teed up for. And all these kids. all these kids can show that, they'll be here forever. And you know why it'll be here forever? Danny Chenard. That's why it will be. He's modest about it, but he's the one who puts all these broadcasts together, and that's why all these kids across Staten Island will have all these memories. So shout out to you, Danny, and all of our sponsors who make this happen.
That can't be true.
Support this man.
No, get out of here. It's all you guys. I'm doing nothing. And we're back to the action. 4:01 to go, first half. Our Lady Star of the Sea trying desperately to get back in, and that'll help. Rabraka from downtown nails a 3 in the corner.
He can shoot it, but they got to get some stops. There's one. Nope.
Well, Mills, strong, little strip there.
OLSS out to push the other way. And Sacred Heart gets back, and a good attempt at a shot opportunity comes up empty. And it's Archibald that retains the long rebound. He brings it across the court, waiting for no one, using his left arm to create separation. The referee blows the whistle.
Archibald's the modern big man. I mean, he does everything. He can handle the basketball. He might, like Jokic.
He's definitely the modern big man.
I don't know what to call. I don't want to compare him. But I think he's more Jokic than Embiid, to be honest. Maybe because I just like Jokic better, but he does everything there is on the court. And I can tell from knowing the young man as an educator, he's the nicest kid you're ever going to meet. He's an honors student, just the total package.
Here's a turnover. Joe Gooley has it, throws it up, and they're going to call a charge.
You're getting beat 35-13. You get a kid run in front at late, and you're getting that called on you? Oh, God, I would go. I'm getting teed up right now if I'm the other coach. That's just me. Although I did go techless this whole season, nonetheless. All right, here comes Archibald.
The whole thing.
Great back door. Way to move Guerrero.
Beautiful.
Team sharing the basketball here.
Absolutely.
I like anybody that wears number 0 and balls like that. I got to keep it real with you. First one to do it, I believe, was Gilbert Arenas.
0 is illegal number. Double 0.
Another 0. Illegal number.
I can live with 0. Double 0 would have to be legal, though.
All right, down the court. That's off the glass and beautifully laid in. Joe Gooley making his presence known, 37-15, trying to claw back in. Corson has it. He gives it up to Vincent. Vincent drives in the lane. Beautiful. Lays it in.
Kid's a stud. Absolute stud. Remember years ago, we had a massive player at McKee Tech. Name was Gene Ryan Taylor. He was 350 pounds. He was 6'7". The jersey didn't fit. We put him in a white T-shirt with number 0 on it. Referee says the illegal number. So Elliott drew a 0 above the 0. It looked like 0 squared.
Vincent driving, and good defense that time by Nick Dorado to stop that impending basket out the other way.
Nobody fouled him. But anyway, this will make me make up for the last call.
I couldn't even do the call because Ray was just over here ready to just be on this ref.
I'll get these refs in high school, so I choose my words carefully because I'm not looking to piss anybody off, but that's just not a foul. I mean, I'm sure when he sees the broadcast, he may agree. What do I know?
Nobody cares.
No, he's not going to agree with you.
It's a great name for the podcast and for the broadcast, but the fact is, all 3 guys in this booth care a lot about high school, about youth sports in general, and it's been a pleasure.
Well, I'll tell you, we're a satirical sports network, and we just want to keep the politics and religion out of everything. That's all it comes down to.
Don't worry, he's here. I don't know anything about either one of those tinks.
He can barely read. Back to the action, 39-16, 1:38 to go here first half. Martin receives a beautiful entry pass.
It's a beautiful,
into the paint.
It's a beautiful thing when you can just throw over the top of the zone.
Well, he's pretty big.
It helps. Definitely, that's for sure.
Drive into the lane, over a jumping Martin. Excellent defense there. Tough shot. Benson pushing quickly the other way. And he is fouled. Count it, and 1.
You could see Vincent sizing up at half court. He knew he had Corson open ahead, so he decided to drive. And I guarantee you, had they stepped up better, he would have kicked the Corson. But they never really stepped up. He gets all the way and gets to the basket. Really give a shout out to Star of the Sea here. I'm watching both coaches. They're keeping the kids' energy, and the kids continuing to play to compete their asses off. It's just a matter of they've been struggling, but their heads aren't down. The competitive spirit's still flowing. It's a testament to the juggernaut that Star of the Sea basketball is here on the CYO level.
Oh, that was a tough one.
And it was a tough one as Vincent comes up with the board. brings it across the timeline, dribbling from right to left, throws a beautiful bounce pass to the left side. Guerrero bangs a 3 home.
He's out here cooking with gasoline, Guerrero. He's got to have a good dozen points already.
Ray Guerrero is fired up.
He's
I'm loving it.
He's
got the shirt untucked. He's feeling himself. Out here straight hustling.
Sacred Heart in the zone now.
My angle here is hard to see. I can't see what's going on in the court. I only see one side of the floor. We got a little screen here. Nick's let one fly. No, good unselfish pass.
Here's a 3, left side. Good.
Instead of playing frustrated or selfish, Nick moves the ball. LeBronca wide open. Great things for Star to see.
And Sacred Heart just scores in waves.
Yeah, they score quick.
Oh, and a beautiful opportunity to block, but Martin hangs in there and puts it up and in.
I mean, a 49 spot with running clock, 8-minute quarters.
10 seconds to go. And now DeGrotto with it. The kick to the corner, a 3 off the mark. Vincent has it, and that is it at the end of 1 full half of play. This one has seemingly gotten out of hand. The score, Sacred Heart 49, Our Lady Star of the Sea 19.
They scored 49 points with 8-minute running quarters.
Unbelievable. A huge shout out to all the people that support us. Talk about unbelievable. Duffy's Tavern voted best burger on Staten Island. Big friends of this broadcast. And I know friends of Ray Palma and Elliott Wilson. We also want to give a huge shout out to Blessed Sacrament Titans, who had a strong performance today at Championship Saturday. If your child would like to play for the Blessed Sacrament Titans, make sure you sign them up today at TitanLeague.com. Also, a huge shout out to our friends from Main Street Coffee. 2 locations on Staten Island, one in historic Richmond Town, that's right, and the other located in Main Street, Tottenville at 173 Main Street. Main Street Coffee, we are more than just coffee. Check out our menus on DoorDash and Grubhub. Well, with 2 minutes before the start of the second half, we're going to take a short break. Stand up, and we'll be back in just a moment. I'm Danny Shanad. No religion, no politics, just sports. Nobody cares. And back to the action here. Start of the second half, about to get underway. Welcome back, everybody, to the broadcast. Danny Shanad providing the play-by-play. And joining me once again in the broadcast booth are my color commentators, Ray Palma and Elliott Wilson. Boys, we are ready for the final half of basketball here on Championship Saturday.
I'm not ready. Let's get more games. Let's get some people out here.
There's got to be more games.
How about an alumni game? Let's get all the Martin brothers out of here. Get them dressed. Let's get Tommy Corson out there. There's got to be some Star to see parents who I don't know. Come on, Danny,
we'll bring out Mike Hewins.
Get a game on.
I am not even trying
We got Mike Leto here. Well, maybe we get a game of horse or something.
This isn't a big deal. but I think I have permanent damage to my butt from sitting on these bleachers.
Yeah, we're going to reevaluate. Next year, we're going to bring cushions. We're going to figure it out.
Yes, we're going to bring cushions. We're going to bring a whole lot of stuff next year.
They can put us on the stage. Either way,
Corson, a
the
pass.
Martin.
Oh, a beautiful pass comes up empty. Archibald cleans it up, though.
Yo, Coach Jeff Ford is calling them all. He's deep in the duffel bag right now.
Thank God Martin didn't dunk that. He would have gotten in trouble. All right, here we go.
Definitely got attacked.
You go sit down and think about what you did. You just dunked it.
Get thrown out of the game for dunking twice. Oh, God. Anyway.
Well, that's one way to make the news.
Yeah, that's true. Listen.
And back over is still with it. Perimeter passing here as a good drive in the lane from Anthony Lenza. He's fouled and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Oh, listen, boys, maybe that's what they need to do. I mean, if you just go to the line nonstop, you're going to stop the clock and you could claw away at this. It ain't over yet. Theoretically, it's true. Don't give me that, E.
Listen, you get a steal, you get a 3, but you got to make your free throws first.
Got to make your free throws first, absolutely. The first one is up in true blue for Star of the Sea. Lanza looking to make it 2 of 2 at the line. Second one is Cash. Down by 30.
And even I could do that math, and even 30.
Yes, I like when the numbers match on the ends.
I hope my fellow 61 staffers are watching some of our kids out here. I saw one of my best friends at work, Janine Callahan, supporting the Viking lacrosse program.
Archibald drives and loses it, and they're going to say that while he had control, he lost it out of bounds. And he even got up and did some push-ups, saying, "This is my penance for that horrid mistake."
I haven't done a push-up in about 42 years. Coach Gannon had me do a push-up in 1995. I don't think I've done one since. Anyway, the rebound goes. We're moving the ball around. I just said the rebound goes. None of that
That's
occurred.
all right. It's been a long day. Martin has it, gives it to Vincent, who's looking to go all the way. He's fouled. Looked to me more like he slipped on something, but instead, the foul is called on number 2, Nick Robraca, and it'll be Vincent who is shooting 2 at the line.
Vincent, I've said it a few times, I'm going to say it a few more. The kid's an absolute stud. The total package competes on both ends, can shoot it, can drive it. I'm not sure what his high school plans are, but God, I hope it's new to him because he can really go. All the kids really, you see, like I would assume, I'm not sure Tlib's plans for post-high school. I've heard a few different things, but I would assume Curtis might be in the future. I believe Danny Mills is lined to go to St. Peter's along with Dennis Corson. These kids are all going to go to programs, and then I assume Archibald also would go to Curtis, where his dad's the coach. So these kids are going to big-time high schools, and the rich get richer, they say, because these kids are going to add to the tremendous depth those programs already have.
And this is Nick Robraca with it, who gives it up to Julie. Underneath, attempt from DeGrotto comes up empty. And Sacred Heart pushing. Martin too strong off the glass. Star of the Sea going quickly the other way, trying to take advantage of a slow-moving Sacred Heart. Here's a 3 from the corner, comes up empty. Archibald tried to get the rebound, last touch off blue. It'll be Sacred Heart basketball.
Not one drop of quit in Star of the Sea.
Nah, they are
not one.
They are
competing, and they're competing on a high level. Now, they might not be able to match up physically, but not 1 ounce of quit. Just kudos and congratulations to their coaches, the way they're keeping these kids going.
Absolutely. As Vincent has it now, right corner, gives it to Archibald, top of the perimeter. Back to Vincent, who fires a 3 off the mark. These boys look so comfortable out there playing. Very, very loose.
And familiarity, too. I mean, with Tommy Corson's program, it's not like, you don't just play the season and then come back, 6 months later. No, he keeps them in leagues. They play year-round. I had the pleasure of coaching these guys in a summer league last summer during COVID. I had most of these guys were on the team, and I call it coaching, but to be honest, we just showed up, and I just made the subs, and it was really, really very easy. And these kids and their parents make it easy. It's a great group. You see all the parents sit together. They all become friends, and friends become family, and that's how it works here on Staten Island.
Yes, number 7, Dash Batista with it now. He's a fan favorite.
Great name, Dash Batista. I wish my name was Dash Batista.
I know. Ray Palma just doesn't have the same ring as Dash Batista.
I love my name and everything, but Dash Batista pops a lot louder than that.
It's like a video game character.
Yeah,
I love it.
Sure.
It's got to come from a great set of parents with a name like that. Beautiful look. Vincent misses the easy lay-in.
That was a phenomenal pass.
Vincent hasn't missed a shot all day until that last three, and then he cooks a layup.
Honestly, I think he was surprised by that unbelievable dime that was dropped into his lap. Mills sets it inbound, gets it to Martin, who lays it up and in. That's not the first time they've done that, and I don't know if it'll be the last.
Oh, he had to lay it in. He would have gotten thrown out otherwise. And he bring the ball over here. Star C comes up. Good pressure by Corson. Good hands by Corson. Corson, I've seen the kid play, Sacred Heart's in his zone, but I've been in games where he plays man, and Dennis Corson can guard a varsity point guard today. Other areas of his game will need to grow, but defensively, he's coming to St. Peter's ready to go.
Absolutely ready to go.
He's also a world-class track star, so the St. Peter's track team's getting themselves somebody who can, I know not a darn thing about track, but he can run really fast, to say the least.
He'll elevate their program.
There you go. Good words, Coach. So, Star of the Sea, looking to put the defensive pressure. Again, thrown over the top.
Mills with a beautiful pass to Martin, who's careful not to dunk, but just finger roll.
He was well above the rim on that.
My man could have flushed it, but that's illegal. Who knew? Nobody cares. Back to the action. Our Lady Star of the Sea firing a three. Comes up empty. Corson with a long rebound, and he's pushing despite the large lead. He'll go coast to coast. Mills cleans up his effort and lays it in.
Well, it's the third quarter. At a certain point, you call the dogs off and you don't press or anything. It was the third quarter. I mean, Danny Mills was out playing basketball.
And OLSS missing on a three. That's number 5, Dylan Lito with the board.
And Coach Ford hasn't pressed since the beginning of the second quarter. Like, after the first quarter, he didn't press anymore. So they're just playing. And you can't.
What are you going to tell the kids not to play?
Right.
It's the championships.
I've had a coach. There's a particular coach I can't wait to see in person. I could try and say it to my face, but I've had people complain about running up scores when it's just not true. Your kids are competing. I'm sorry.
Listen, if you're pressing the whole game, you're
different.
shooting nothing but threes.
But Danny Mills going in transition, trying to score. Ain't nothing wrong with that, and it never will be. So. A lot of times these coaches get sensitive and they let the crowd get affected too much, and they take things personal. Sometimes your team takes a whooping. Right now, Star of the Sea, I don't see that coach doing anything of that. All they do is continue to coach their kids up, and I'm watching their kids compete.
And they're doing a great job of it as Mills lays it up and in.
It's just they don't have the size. They don't have a kid the size of Danny Mills, and Danny Mills might be the third or fourth biggest kid on the Sacred Heart team. So.
He's a big dude too, a stocky forward. He's going to make an impact
when
in
your
high
dad
school.
owns a steakhouse, you're eating pretty good. So the good eating's filled that kid out nice at a young age.
I didn't even realize that Porterhouse was the reason, but it makes sense now.
Oh, Porterhouse helps, that's for sure.
Gordon gives it. Mills has it. Slowly sets up the offense now. Star of the Sea starting to press a little bit. Realize, hey, we got to get something going here. 2:16 remaining, third quarter. And a beautiful pass there underneath the baseline, and they capitalize once again.
That was phenomenal offense.
Shane Gordon with the basket.
Son of one of our sponsors today with Duffy's, McCormack Gordon, assistant coach of Sacred Heart. Big bucket by Shane there.
And now I think he was possible. Anthony Lenza couldn't believe nobody came to guard him, and then he just dribbled himself into traffic for that one.
Well, right there, just another effort of Star to see, continuing to play, continuing to fight, forcing a traveling violation there, just simply not giving up. And there's something to be said about that. I've seen teams quit on every level, and there's no sign of quit in these kids.
My mother is watching the game, and she says she can't believe that there was a technical on a dunk. And I used to say that she used to spear me at half court. So if you think that she was here and that was called on her son, it would be wild out here.
I've never met Mrs. Chenard, but I know all 3 Chenard brothers, so she raised 3 great kids. So glad to see somebody with common sense also agrees how ridiculous that is.
Crazy. Guerrero has it, driving baseline with the left hand, comes up short. Martin, once again, cleans it up.
I mean, he's going to have a 40 ball by the time this is over.
Seriously.
You can call him... I don't know. He has so many nicknames.
I don't know what I'm sure a nickname will develop as time goes on. Maybe we'll come up with one tonight.
Is the custodian okay? Because he's been cleaning everything up.
I think the custodian diminishes his greatness, though. You got to come up with something a little more regal, I think. For a
I
kid
know
like
it's
him.
Not a regal name.
Yeah,
I'm working on it. I'm delirious.
We're
Give
in
me
the
a
work in
chance.
progress. Yeah. You know what he is? He's a Martin, and
Yes.
Knowing the Martins, I mean, I coached Phil.
Guerrero
20 years ago.
fires a three off the mark. It's rebounded that time by Kevin Rugg.
A little step back here, Star to see. Get in there.
Nick Rabraca says you can put that one in the book.
Good for Nick to get a good shot there.
10
Tough
seconds
defense.
left here, third quarter action. Gordon has it, gives it to Guerrero, fires a three, right wing, no. Star of the Sea has it, pushing it across the court. 2 seconds, 1 second, off the glass, no. At the end of 3 quarters of play, we're just 8 minutes away from crowning a boys 8th grade A Division CYO basketball champion. A big shout out to our friend Ruddy and Dean American Steakhouse with a fine selection of bourbons, fresh cut steaks, and craft beer. Also want to give a huge shout out to North Shore Elite Trainers. Ray Palma, of course, is good friends with the head trainer over there and starter of this new program, Tommy Corson. Ray, why don't you give people a little heads up now?
So if you watch what's happening out here, you see kids at Sacred Heart. You see a group of kids of all different backgrounds. I'll tell you a quick story. Justin Faulkner's a player on a New York team, has twin brothers, never played organized basketball before. I asked Tommy, it was late in the year, he already had his team picked. I said, can you fit 2 more kids in? And you know what Tommy Corson did? He took those 2 kids, and they played in the championship game earlier on tonight. So when you see kids of all different backgrounds, all different places, and that's what they're going to be doing with their training. They're going to do affordable training. It's going to be an hour, 90-minute sessions. It's going to be affordable, low prices. There'll be 10 sessions a month in an air-conditioned gym. There'll be payment plans available. They're going to work with you if you want to get your kid trained. Reach out directly to Tommy Corson at 718-909-7709 or Kevin Holman at 347-564-6767. And again, if there's any trouble with those phone numbers, email me directly at newdorphoops@gmail.com, and I promise you I will get your information directly to Tommy Corson. So the product you see here is the family-type atmosphere that Tommy Corson has brought to Sacred Heart, since he's been the guy running the basketball operations there. If you want a chance for your kids to get trained properly, make that phone call, send your kid down to Sacred Heart. They'll take care of you.
Well, that's the best drop in the business, folks, is now Sacred Heart brings it across the timeline. 64 on the board. Drew Strong showing on the numbers. Always happy to see that number anytime. Gordon has it.
Rest in peace. Curtis, the legend. And the greatest classmate I ever had. Earth Science with Andrew Shore in 1993. He was one funny guy.
Earth Science at Curtis was a great class.
Coach Oliveri.
Coach Oliveri, that's right.
Absolute legend. One of the only reasons I passed is because of Coach Oliveri. Beautiful back door.
And
Guerrero from Vincent.
beautiful rotation off the glass.
Guerrero is phenomenal.
He is, right?
He really is good, man.
He's good.
A Guerrero at Sacred Heart, not the first or the last, I'm sure. And I know he's got cousins over at 61. They got Christian Weese and a few of those, so there's more coming down the road here.
Archibald fakes, now drives baseline, too strong, gets his own board. Guerrero has it now, dribbling right side, a bounce pass to Feliciano. No.
That's my guy, Dave Fernandez. I've coached for 25 years. I've been a varsity coach. I've been a JV coach. I've been a freshman coach. I have never met a better leader. I've never met a harder worker than David Fernandez. And I got to be honest, I'm going to go buck wild if he scores a bucket here. St. Peter's is getting David Fernandez in the fall. I know that he plans on playing football. I know he does that elite training with that we've been promoting here with the sponsor. Just another example of what hard work does. Dave Fernandez Jr. is one of the greatest kids on the face of the earth, bar none.
Absolutely.
I'm absolutely loving the headband he's rocking, too.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai style, absolutely. Our Lady Star of the Sea now has the basketball, and the ball's going to be taken away by a very aggressive Archibald. Guerrero maintains the dribble and gives it up to Gordon. Guerrero has it again, dribbling right to left, throws it inside for Archibald, who puts the ball down once and is fouled right away.
So, right now you just want to see the kids continue to compete for all of them, unless the kid's playing up in front that's younger. This is their last CYO game. It's been a long 8-year run, I'm sure, for most of them. Going down. Okay, so the possession's going to go the other way.
And we talked about that earlier, and most of these kids, they're not going to go on and play high school basketball.
Well, the Sacred Heart team is. That's
Well, the
sure.
Sacred Heart team, but I mean all throughout the day, right? And it's just been an absolutely tremendous environment here today for them to be a part of Championship Saturday. St. Joseph C did an absolutely tremendous job of hosting these games today. Hats off to them.
I mean, they've been doing a phenomenal job for years, and it only continues to grow and get better. And Mike Neely and the CYO do a phenomenal job of putting this together.
You couldn't say it better. The way CYO has grown under the leadership of Mike Neely. I mean, Elliot, you and I worked for Mike Neely as the Stingrays, 75 years ago, and he's moved on now to run CYO. And I got to say that the way this looks,
We wanted that for Fernandez.
Nonetheless, to finish that thought, though, Mike Neely, great job, buddy. This day's amazing, and you and I will talk about illegal numbers and dunks, but beyond that,
we got
phenomenal program that you're running here, and
we have to
kudos to all your success.
We definitely have to have a conversation about illegal numbers and dunks.
I'm actually considering letting Ray unplug and just go right to Mike right now and come back with an answer.
I'm here till the buzzer goes off. I'm committed. I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys, and I'm with these kids. I love this. Here we go. Gordon moving it around.
Everybody touching it on the perimeter. Mills gets it to Fernandez. Now back to Gordon.
Not running any kind of a score up. We're going to move the ball around, share it, play together. We got the people behind us screaming to shoot the ball. I guess, they're not as patient as the Sacred Heart team. Look at Guerrero here.
Unbelievable. In between the legs and loses control of it. He's got some handle there, Eddie.
That was fancy.
You stop with the crowd.
Yes, it was.
I see his grandfather, Staten Island legend, Mr. Guerrero, sitting over there. Must have been impressed with that move.
Oh, and a beautiful drive. That time, Nick Rabraca making a man jump and then seemingly hitting the runner.
Now, Star to see called that timeout. I hope they call a timeout. The coach can just tell his kids how great they've played, how hard they've competed. I think it's a great timeout there. We got any sponsors left here, Danny? Or are we good?
You know what? We have thanked all of our sponsors so many times, but now would be a wonderful time to let everybody know that you should like and subscribe to Nobody Cares Sports on the YouTube machine if you want to see more feel-good local news, sports news, that is. Well, that's all we provide. Only feel-good entertainment. No religion, no politics, just sports. The Nobody Cares Sports Network. We are the fastest growing in New York.
And you don't understand the amount of effort. There's no technical. Tonight, Danny's going to go home and upload these things to YouTube, and you think you click one button. No, it's not how it works. There's hours of editing. There's not some big corporate thing behind this. He's really a one-man band, and he's modest about it.
He's a one-man band.
You guys are full of shit. There's a whole lot of people helping me. I am nobody.
I don't mean to diminish anybody else's work around here, but what Ellie and I do is minimal compared, and the bookie and everybody else. We come in, we're the supporting cast, but make no mistake, there's one star here. There's Danny Chenard and the work he does. And 50 years from now, Shane Gordon's going to be able to show his kids how he played well in a championship game. 50 years from now, Tillett Martin will show how he dunked and got teed up for it.
I tell you, it's more than we had when we were kids. Mine are on VHS in some guy's trunk.
Let's go, Dave!
Fernandez! Oh, just comes up empty. I know they're going to look to try and get him that ball again. They do.
All right,
he doesn't look to shoot. He gives it right back up.
You know what? David's not going to look to shoot.
He's very unselfish.
He'll shoot if he's open, but he's not here. This is not about David scoring.
Fernandez gives it to Mills. Back to Fernandez into the corner. Corson has it.
Entry.
And kudos to Coach Ford for
Fernandez up top.
Let it fly,
Gordon,
Shane.
Fernandez. They're doing their best to get it to Fernandez open. This is amazing. Will they get it to him? Oh, and a kick ball off OLSS is picked up by Fernandez, and they say you can.
I don't know what Danny's saying or doing. I think Danny made us had an aneurysm. We're not really sure here, folks. Inbound will come to court. I'll do play-by-play while he recovers from his mini stroke. The ball's going to be moved around. Sacred Heart's taking their foot off the gas, not trying to embarrass anybody here. Maybe get a bucket for the kids who don't play quite as much. Good entry to Mills. Danny's going to put his head down and go. Good take.
I want to speak sentences.
Danny's back from his aneurysm. He kicked that one away quick.
Yo, I must have said literally 1 million words today.
Yeah.
I am not even joking. Back to the action here. Our Lady Star of the Sea has showed tremendous grit and tremendous heart this entire basketball game, and the coaching staff has done a tremendous job of keeping their cool and keeping these guys competitive. My hat's off to them.
I've learned one thing about myself is that I'm in the worst shape of my life, but as far as broadcasting, I could go all day. I'm ready for 10 more games here. nonetheless, this will be the last game of the night. It's been a great game, a lot of talent on this court, not just from Sacred Heart either. A lot of these Star C kids are going to contribute to, I would imagine, mostly South Shore schools on the island. Wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure some of these kids are going to C, I would think,
and
just from geographics.
And this is the end of the indoor, basketball season.
We're about to be outside as Guerrero goes down and lays it in on the finger roll.
He was going for it.
He sure was.
Well, here comes Nick here. Nick Legato, I'm not sure what Nick's high school's plans are, but Nick is a player. I can tell you that much. So whatever school he's going to, is going to be very lucky to have him. Hopefully our scholarship offers a few kids take us up on them. While I'm at it, we'll offer a scholarship to anyone wearing a Sacred Heart jersey, in case you're in the mood. Nonetheless, the ball moves on the drive. Good take here off the glass.
And beautiful. Up and in from number 23, Anthony Valvo. They call him AJ.
Now, the final 2 minutes of the CYO season, the final 2 minutes of what a great day over here at St. Joseph by the Sea. Shout out Mike Cortez and his staff putting it together. These people are good. Shane can take. All right. Shane Gordon's going to get some free throws. Shane's a little frustrated. He missed the layup. Shane's he runs angry, that kid. He's a competitor. He's working hard at all times. So Shane's going to have a few free throws. My guy David and his Karate Kid headband. I freaking love it. These kids are easy to love on both teams, and I'm just very proud as a 61 staff member. So many of our kids out here competing. Great to see. And great coaching from Jeff. And listen, the best team doesn't always win. It takes effort. It's not just show up and to roll the balls out. So the effort from Cormac Gordon and Jeff Ford over there on the Sacred Heart bench should be commended.
Absolutely. The fact that he's drawing up plays for his kids. These kids have intense practices. You can tell that they practice.
Well, they're on the way to an 8th grade championship. And the program, the future is very bright over at Sacred Heart, that's for sure. And Tommy Course himself, as the head coach, won the 6th grade championship earlier today as well. Star of the Sea played in, it feels like, 9 championship games today.
A big block there by Danny Mills.
Both futures very bright. I think the future of the CYO is very bright.
The future of high school basketball is bright.
Yeah, that's what
these kids.
If this is your farm, my God, we got a good set of crops.
And then the future of Nobody Cares Sports, the premier broadcast company in the world.
Oh yeah, we're on top of the world, Biggie Smalls.
Yeah. Come out with a chinchilla.
And Fernandez fires a 3. Oh my God! The mark.
Just go with the freaking hoop, man.
Yes, if only that's how it worked. So close that time, Coach.
I can tell you that we all care way more than David does. He's just out there having fun.
Sofo, a 3 off the mark.
Shout out to his mom. His mom's a colleague of mine, one of the nicest ladies you're ever going to meet.
Beautiful weigh-in by James Anzalone.
You might get one more. Yeah, load it up, Dave. All right, now.
All right, Corson, Fernandez, Corson, Gordon, all the way to Fernandez. Fires a 3. In and out.
Is there a lid in that freaking thing? My goodness.
Is this hoop regulation?
I don't know. I've never seen so many close ones in my life.
In and out.
He's getting a record for attempts in a game, I can tell you that. Usually David's more of a defensive stopper.
Get some shots up, Dave.
Let it fly, young man. It's your world.
Here's a beautiful turnaround shot. Comes off empty. That's James Anzalone. Can't finish.
Right here. Maybe we'll get one more from Fernandez, and not to dribble it out.
Fernandez.
No.
He's going to hold it.
No desire to do that. David's going to, like the classy young man he is,
he's going to
hold it.
And Sacred Heart has won the 8th grade boys A Division CYO basketball championship.
The result was not a surprise. The sportsmanship and the classiness shown by both programs. You can see the Star to See coaches over here smiling with their kids right now. There is no shame and there is no sadness in the effort and the energy from Star of the Sea today. You see Sacred Heart continues the dynasty. I'm going to go ahead and say it, the most dominant CYO group in the history of CYO. And if anyone thinks differently, I'd love to talk to you about it. But I want someone to explain to me a team that was more dominant over the course of their careers in this particular group of 8th graders here at Sacred Heart. Shout out Tommy Corson, the program he done is great. Congratulations, Coach Cormac Gordon and Coach Jeff Ford, on coaching this juggernaut. And best of luck to all these kids, both from Star of the Sea and St. Teresa's, Sacred Heart, as they go into high school and in the future. God bless all of you. It's great work by all involved. Great work, Mike Neely.
Absolute wonderful day out here. I say in Viking land. So shout out to the CYO. Shout out to Sacred Heart for winning the chip. Shout out to Star of the Sea for the fight and hard work. Shout out to St. Teresa's B Division team as well for winning the varsity championship in the B Division. And, just a great day out here for Staten Island. Seeing a lot of kids out here. It was a beautiful day. And like we said earlier in the broadcast, the farm system for Staten Island is very strong. And we're going to have some kids coming up to the high school level who are going to be ready to go.
I'm going to cut Danny off before he starts talking. I want to do one more thing. It's really important. Shout out to Danny Chenard and Nobody Cares Sports. You wouldn't be listening to this. You wouldn't have these memories. All we're asking you to do is hit a like button. Hit a like button.
Share.
Hit a subscribe button. Share it. Put it on the Instabook and your snaps and all that other crap. I don't know much about that stuff, but all I know is this. You wouldn't have these memories if not for one person. That's Danny Chenard and the Nobody Cares Sports Network. And our sponsors, of course. Between those two, they give Ellie and I a chance to do what we love and talk about basketball. They give you a chance. You can't make a kid's game that day. We'll televise it for you. So, Danny, to you and to
we're out here.
Danny, to you and to all you do for Staten Island sports, you have my utmost respect and thank you for all you've done for all of us.
He's really outside.
I'm really out here doing
outside,
it.
You're really outside.
I'm really outside. As the kids would say, we out here.
Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out to everybody that supports us the same way we look to support this New York community in sports. Ralph's Sports Bar, LeBron Team Realty, Sepe Pizza Bar, Hybrid House, Jody's Club Forest, Flagship Brewing Company, Century Waste Services, Duffy's Tavern, Blessed Sacrament Titans League, Main Street Coffee, Tom and Company, Ruddy and Dean American Steakhouse, and North Shore Elite Training Group. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Danny Chenard. I've been providing the play-by-play on behalf of Nobody Cares Sports Network. No religion, no politics, just feel-good vibes. My confidants in the booth today, Elliot Wilson, Ray Palma, stellar job. We did 6 basketball championships. We ain't done working for this community yet. No way, no how. Hit that like bell, subscribe, follow us Instagram, Facebook.
Hit the button.
Share.
Let's go out and get some bourbons, boys. Nobody cares.